Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Nate, and I am back. It's been a couple of months, I think. I was so last time I talked to you, I started working on. I made five Chewbacca masks to sell, to people. But that's what I've been doing. So I've been super busy. I got all those sold. There's empty spots. There's actually one left that I'm waiting to ship. But a bunch of empty mannequin heads right there, and then there's my Chewy sitting on the table there. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. Been just knocking those babies out. And if I sound weird or if I cough, I'm sorry. I've been sick for like 2 weeks. I can't get rid of this cold. I had a stomach virus. It's going on 3 weeks. I had a stomach virus the first week, and then the next week I started getting a cold, so I went and got tested like 2 times. No Rona, so that's good. But this freaking cold will not go away. Anyways, what I'm working on today, I'm jumping back in on Vader, trying to get this knocked out. All I have left, I think, is I need to do the like the silver, not silver, but the gunmetal on the helmet, on one of the helmets. And then I've got to do the grills on the inside of the face mask. And I've got to wire one more of these belt boxes up. That's what we're doing today. And then I've got to make the cod piece. So that should be it. And then Vader should be done. And yes, I'm still doing the giveaway. So y'all, share my videos. Go to that giveaway video. You'll see it. I'll put a link in the description. For a chance to win a Vader helmet. It's probably going to be the version 1 that I did, because it's a little bit smaller. The version 2 is quite a bit bigger than that one, and I think it's going to fit my friend a little better. But it's not like a perfect helmet or anything, so don't get super excited. It's nice. It's going to look great on display, or if you want to wear it or whatever, but it's not perfect. But I'm kind of OCD with that kind of stuff anyway, so I'm sure the imperfections are not as bad as I'm making them out to be. But excuse me. Anyways, this is what we're doing today. I got a little button. See, there's my little button on the bottom of this. And then when you click it, well, maybe, there it is. Click it, then the lights come on. The lights are on. So what we're going to do today is wire the other one up. All I have going for that is, or how I wired that up, is pretty simple, really. I have one of these. Actually, I'm using 2 of these because there's 2 green lights. 2 of these little LEDs. Let me get this baby on here, and you can see. So it's just a little push button LED. But I'm wiring 2 LEDs onto this, so gotta make like a little circuit. And I'm not good with electronics. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I just kind of played around with the other one to figure it out. So I need to take this other one off and wire it with this one, so that I can, on the inside here, what I'm gonna do is build like a little plate right here, so that they, see if I can show you, so that they stick off. I don't want them to be right. If they're right on those, then all you see is like a little hot spot. So if you back them off a little bit, it just looks like it's lit up. Where's that? There it is. See, that's better. There's the little hot spot. That's like, if I glued it right inside of the button, that's what it would look like. So I'm going to back it off a little bit so it looks like that. And it's plenty bright. You can't tell in here because I've got 20 gazillion lights going. So let's get into it and start wiring this baby up. All right, guys. So I've got this going right here. I've got a circuit so that whenever I turn my, see if I can lift it up here. So when I turn this on, they're not in the box yet. So I've got one LED, or got the two greens going, and then the little red button right there going. It's kind of a nightmare to wire this because, well, I'll just show you how I've done it. So I cut to just some scrap wire that I have. Let me lower this. Ooh, right there. So I cut some scrap wire. That's what this yellow wire right here is. That's just some scrap wire that I had laying around. And so that's coming from the little red button, that button. So one of the wires from that is going to connect to the button that's coming from the battery. Follow this red wire. There's the button, and then this red coming from one of the LEDs is connected to the red for the button, and then I tied that into one of the yellows. Okay, and it's not on there very good. I haven't fastened them or taped them or anything yet. So on the other yellow one coming from that button, that one connects to the black wire that's coming from the battery and the black wire that's coming from the other LED. So all that's left is the black for the other LED and the red from the other LED. It kind of just, you're making a circuit. But I did realize that you have to have a power, like the black has to be going to this button so that whenever you activate it, when you click that button, all of them will light up. Because I did realize I had it on the red one at first, and whenever I would click them on, it'd still make a circuit with the LEDs, the greens, but it wouldn't light the red up. So just play around with it. You're not gonna electrocute yourself with a 9-volt battery, so don't be afraid. But anyways, I've got all of them lighting up now. So now what I got to do is go through and tape all these. I'm just going to use electrical tape. They don't have to be, I mean, they're not going to be moving around or anything all that much because it's a tiny little area. So I'm going to tape these with some electrical tape. I'm going to hot glue the ones that are on the back of this little red button. And then then I need to drill that hole for the little button and mount that. So let's get to it. All right, so I've got all those taped up. Good enough. So now what I'm wanting to do is I've got some scrap ABS plastic. I'm gonna build right here, I'm gonna build a little kind of a platform and drill some holes in it so I can mount those LEDs in there so they'll shine onto these buttons and they won't have a major hot spot on them. So all I'm gonna do now is I've got my little legs for it, 2 legs. I need to drill some holes kind of over top of where they're gonna be. Let me get my marker here. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Cut this scrap piece off. Okay, so I've got my little dots right there where I need to drill. I think I'm gonna need a bigger bit. Got a bit in this, but I don't think it's big enough. So let me get a different bit out of my little mess here. This one will work. Yeah. right, I'm gonna drill those holes on the ground here. I have a rubber floor, so it's like a workout floor for a gym. So I use that all the time because it doesn't hurt it. All right, got some holes now in that little piece. Now I just need to hot glue these sides on. Take my hot glue gun here. Why is it not coming out? There it goes. All right. Put those legs on there. All right. So now I've got like a little platform thing that I can stick in here, that I can stick right over top of those green buttons, like so, and then I can put my LEDs on top of there and hot glue those in. So I'm gonna put some hot glue on these legs. Try not to get it all over me. Drop that down in there. And I'm gonna secure it to the side too. I know you can't see this, but all I'm doing is taking a bead of this. All I did was take a bead of it and put it down the side right there, so it kind of stays against the wall. Let me get my stand back on there. All right, so now, it's the only thing that's annoying about hot glue is it's stringy. Now I need to put these LEDs in there. And I might not be able to show you this because it's going to be kind of hard to. Just going to slightly bend them. So what I did is I just bent the LED a little bit, the wires that go to it, and then I'm just going to slide it. Sorry, it's so difficult to show you these little bitty tiny things. I'm going to slide it down in that hole and then hot glue around it. I'll let that hot glue sit on there for a minute. This takes a little while to dry. He's staying in there though. All right, I'll come back after I got everything hot glued and we'll do the rest of it. Okay guys, I've got everything hot glued and I've got my nice little rat's nest of wires here. So now all I need to do is drill a hole in the bottom for this little bitty button. And I'm gonna stick that, I'm just gonna mount that button in there so that I can press it with my finger. And then push all the wires back in there and put the screws in. I'm using a piece of ABS. I didn't print the back plate. I mean, it's just a piece of plastic. Anyway, so I have a piece of ABS that's gonna go in the back. And what I'll eventually do is actually I'm gonna do some rivets through there to the belt so that it stays So all you got to do is take the belt off, unscrew the screws, and then you can take this whole plate off and do what if you need to change the battery or whatever. So let's drill this hole. Hopefully it goes all right. And I'm just going to drill it right there. I think this bit actually might be a little bit too big. It's not bad. So I'm going to put this right about there. And I'm just going to go really slow. Because this is 3D printed, so hopefully you can see. Okay, that was actually not that bad. Get that excess off of there. Let me see how this button slides in there. So not too bad. So now I can, let me see if I can get that button to slide in there a little bit better. It's just barely too small actually on the inside. Just gonna kind of come on, baby. Well, it's not doing what I want it to do. I wanted that button to slide all the way in there. There it goes. So there, it's fitting. It'll zoom in. It's pretty flush with the end there. So now you just take your your fingernail. Well, it's got a bind or something. It's in a little bind. Yeah, it's just not. I just need that hole to be a little bigger. I don't want to mess this up. That's for sure. I have to reprint it all. That would suck. There we go. That hole just needed to be a little bit bigger. So now we got lights. Now I just need to mount this little booger right here. See how it's sitting right there? I'm just gonna hot glue it in there. So let me get this hot glue on there. Got a good amount on there too, because I don't want it pushing up